are looking at and unboxing the iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Pro, and iPhone 14 Pro Max. So before we do, go ahead and smash that like button and make sure to subscribe to our channel. Also, we are on TikTok and Instagram as well, so follow us on there too. All right, let's get started. So iPhone 14, this particular one is the purple, and it also comes in your black, your white, your red, and your blue. Does come in storage sizes of 128, 256, and 512. They did not do a 1 terabyte version of the 14. That is your purple. That is always a hot color. And then in the box, you don't get the charging brick. You do get the cable, Type-C to Lightning. So anything you have currently that charges your iPhone from the iPhone 5 till now uses the Lightning connector, right? Looks very familiar. Now you have the Type-C, which started, I believe, in the iPhone 11. So in that model, though, they did give you the Type-C charging brick. So if you don't have one of those, I recommend it to use this cable, because you don't want to use old cables. You don't want to use cables that aren't going to be good for charging your phone. You want to make sure you've just invested a lot of money in this. You want to have good charging cables. So make sure you pick up one of those Type-C charging bricks. We did a video on that last year, and that still holds true to today. So go ahead and check that out. It was the top 3 charging bricks from Amazon that I reviewed. So right away, right, when you're looking at this, you may say, oh man, I gotta get a new case. Well, actually, if you have a 13, it's the exact same dimensions, same body, same button placement. So you can actually save money and keep your current iPhone 13 case for your iPhone 14. So you're welcome. Save you some money there. So we have the screen, right? You have the camera lenses sticking out there. You have the speakers at the bottom. Really, it's very difficult to tell that this is not an iPhone 13. Same chip, it's got the A15 processor. Yeah, you know, a little bit better in the camera lens department, but all in all, it's very similar to the 13. And we did a video, iPhone 13 now or iPhone 14 later, and still, even though yes, you can get your hands on the iPhone 14 now, it's not under pre-order anymore. You may have some back order depending on what you're ordering, especially the Pro Max, at least in our area, that is heavily back ordered. The Pro, we seem to have some in stock. So it does depend on what configuration, color, and phone you're ordering, but ultimately you can walk into a store and pick one up in terms of the 14. So it just depends on a better promotion for you. That's, get a maybe a better deal, reduce some money flow for you. But all in all, I hold in my hand an iPhone 13 that is an iPhone 14. So different color, right? They did not have this color in the 13, so maybe that's what you're after. Or maybe you want to bump up to the Pro series. So let's take a look at the 14 Pro. 14 Pro and Pro Max, exact same phone, just that the Pro Max is bigger, right? Same specs in terms of what your camera is going to have. The A16 processor is in both, so that is a jump from your 13 Pro series. They're trying to keep the Pro kind of separate from the regular. So this particular Pro is in space black. The Pro series does come in 128, 256, 512, and 1 terabyte. So you have your space black, you have your gold, you have your silver, and you have your deep purple, which that's what this one is. So hold tight for that while we open up this one first. That is your space black. Now, typically in your Pro series, right, on the sides of the 14, it's gonna be aluminum. On the sides of the Pro, it's gonna be stainless. So you'll see this is a darker black, kind of a black charcoal. Same with the gold. This is gonna be actual, look like gold, while this is gonna be a matte gold finish. And then the silver has silver on the sides, and it actually looks more white to me, A lot of folks call it the white phone. And then you have the deep purple, which again, it's a matte finish. So as I rub my fingers all over this, it's really not that bad. You don't see the fingerprints, maybe some on the Apple logo. You have your camera lenses there, which do protrude way farther out than the previous. You have 3 lenses, but there's actually 4 lenses in here for all the different things. When Apple did their conference, I kind of did a short version of that, so go ahead and check out that video for all the stats. Maybe I'll find a photo and throw it up on here. So let's go ahead and take this off. This is the same 6.1 inches diagonally as the 14, same as the 13, same as the 13 Pro. However, your 14 Pro will not fit into your 13 Pro case because, oh, thank you, Apple, they moved the button, of course, right? Because why can't all things align perfectly? So your buttons on the side and your power button did move a little bit to where when you put a 13 Pro case on a 14 Pro, it doesn't align properly and it hits that power button and keeps it pressed down, which then can activate your SOS and whatnot. So same what we just went over with the 14 in terms of how it looks on the outside, except for the camera lenses. A little bit heavier, right? Well, it is stainless versus aluminum. So your Pro Series is gonna be heavier than your regular phone. So you will feel that if you're going from a regular to a Pro Series, it is gonna be heavier. Obviously the Pro Max will be heavier because it is a bigger phone if you're coming from that, but the Pro is gonna be heavy. Same things in the box. You have your Type-C to Lightning. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Deep Purple Pro Max. So same dimensions as your 13 Pro Max. And again, yes, they moved the buttons just ever so slightly to where you will not be able to use your 13 Pro Max case. So that is your Pro Max. Lenses look identical to the Pro, which they are. Actually, it doesn't feel too bad. Maybe because it's a bigger phone. I mean, it's weird. The Pro actually feels heavier. Maybe it's just me. That's really strange. So you're gonna have a bigger battery in the Pro Max, right? More talk time. I'll put those stats again up if I haven't already for you to kind of compare, but definitely check out the video that we did on the Apple conference and what the differences are with all of these. Same storage, your 128, 256, 512, and 1 terabyte. You'll see a $100 jump from the 128 to the 256, then a $200 jump from the 256 to 512, and then $200 jump from 512 to the 1 terabyte. Interestingly enough, with Samsung and their Galaxy series, you go from 128 to 256 to 512. I don't believe they offer 1 terabyte unless you get it direct through Samsung. That's what I last researched. But it's $50 to go from 128 to 256, and I think $100 to go from the 256 to 512. So definitely cheaper to bump up your storage with Samsung versus Apple. In both, you have your Google storage and then you have your iCloud storage, so they both do that if you needed cloud storage. But I wish Apple would keep it a little bit closer in the price point. Maybe a 150 jump instead of a 200 would be nice. But man, we had a lot of folks order the 512 and 1 terabytes. So there's definitely a need for that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Look at that deep purple. That way that light hits it. It's a very, very popular color. When these purples come out, man, everyone loves them. Female, male, it does not matter. Had both order it, love it. It's a new color, nice to show off that color. If you have a clear case, right, you can kind of see the color through here. I recommend too a camera lens cover. They sell those on Amazon as well. Usually it kind of sticks in the sides there and kind of will protect those lenses because they do protrude out pretty good. Most cases do good with a bumper on the outside to help protect them, but you know, a little extra protection doesn't hurt. So let us know in the comments, which one are you leaning towards? Which one do you have already? Do you have the Pro Series, Pro or Pro Max? Do you have the regular? If you have a 12, I mean, again, it's your money. I'd recommend, though, to look at promotions and trading it in. A lot of carriers are doing some good things there because the iPhone 12 was the first generation of the 5G. This is now the third generation. So I recommend looking into it. I know your phone works great, no issues. Hey, again, it's your money. You do what you want to do. It's just my recommendation. At least look and see what the promotions look like for you to trade up from that 12 into that 14. I think that's a good, healthy jump. If you have the 13 now, go to the 14. It depends. If you're going from a regular 13 to a 14 Pro Max, sure, you're going to see a big difference. If you're going from the regular 13 to the 14, you know, if you're doing it for the color, that's fine. However you want to spend your money, it's your money. Just, again, my recommendation. So let me know in the comments what you think, what iPhone you're looking at for you personally. As always, like, share, subscribe, and make it a great day.